Previously on Bug Out Overland. Nah, I'm just playing with you guys. Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, my name is Colin. I love to off-road and travel with my friends, exploring the natural beauty of God's creation and tearing my truck up along the way. If that sounds appealing to you, hit that little icon down at the bottom right and subscribe to my channel for future content. We are back in beautiful Kentucky, well, technically Jellicoe, Tennessee. And for those of you that watched part 1 through 5 of my Kentucky Adventure Tour series, you might recognize this gas station as the last place we left off after we completed the first half of the Kentucky Adventure Tour. We completed Main 1 and Main 2 and all of the optional hard trails in between, Hard 11, 1, 2, and 3. And we ended up here after 7 days. So here we are a month and a half later at the exact same gas station. We are coming back to conquer the K.A.T. Unfortunately, Chris and Lewis were not able to make it. Jay, on the other hand, was supposed to make it, but due to some last-minute complications, he was rendered unavailable for this trip. So, joining me on this trip, we've got close friend and co-worker Brett running as my co-pilot this trip, and we've got my buddy Evan running as my tail gunner. So, unfortunately, it's just going to be the 2 rigs, or the 3 of us, but the 2 vehicles this trip. And we are sitting on Main 3 right now, and once we hop out of this gas station, we begin the journey, and we're only a few minutes away from starting the next hard trail, which is Hard 7. So while we've got good weather and it's nice and warm, we're going to get started and hit the trails.
Let's do it, we got it.
Now smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. Ooh.
Screaming.
So freaking annoying. You go through one little mud puddle. Next thing you know, it sounds like your truck sounds like a dying animal.
The first mud puddle.
Golly. All right, here we go again.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
I wasn't.
That was easy. We completed. That was very easy. That was not a hard 7. That was an easy 7. The first, what would you say, mile of the trail, maybe? Mile and a half of the trail. It was interesting, but not difficult. I would assume that when it's wet, it's going to be a lot more difficult, but it was just climbing up some step rocks and yeah, that was pretty much it. Not hard at all. And the rest of it, the other 6 miles of the trail, was just riding along the ridge. And we got to a good campsite. Preparing for camp tonight. They build us a fire, cook some dinner. Because tomorrow we're hitting Hensley Extreme up to the Hensley settlement. And we're expecting a little bit of rain tomorrow morning. So we're going to get our awnings set up and get everything squared away. Brett, what did you think of the trail today?
It was lovely.
Oh my. Evan, what did you think of the trail today?
So at the very beginning, the very front entrance there, it set a tone that kind of made it where it was more of an anticipation than anything. You didn't really know it was around the next corner, because once you're in it, there's no backing out. You're kind of committed. But the trail itself really wasn't that bad. There was nothing that was too crazy. Honestly, the worst part of it's probably the pinstriping.
Yeah. Anyways, we got a beautiful campsite tonight. We're going to take the time to enjoy probably the only dry night we'll have, because it's probably going to be raining the next 3 nights. So see you in the morning when we hit Hensley Extreme. Da-da-da-da. Hensley Extreme. Good afternoon, everybody. After a few hours of off-roading and blacktop driving, we finally made it to Hensley Extreme. It is a one-way up, one-way down trail leading to the Hensley settlement. And as far as I know, it's one of the only other hard options available for the four-wheel drive vehicles on Main 3 and Main 4. We slept and had a pretty good night last night, but woke up to light but consistent rain this morning, which might make it a little more interesting compared to hard 7 yesterday, or easy 7 yesterday. So I know we're going to be dealing with a waterfall and some off-camber spots and a lot of rocks, which doesn't matter to me one bit. I like a little excitement. Brett, how about you? How'd you sleep last night?
Pretty good.
Ready to hit Hensley?
Yeah, man, I'm ready.
But anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started on Hensley Extreme, and hopefully we'll have safe travels to the top.
Nice.
No.
I thought it was way more, and I'm like, nope, nope.
This isn't a waterfall, this is a trickle fall. So yeah, there's supposed to be a waterfall here. I don't know if I'm glad that there is not, but imagine doing this little section with a waterfall, rolling down off cambered, and a very steep drop down to the bottom.
Yeah.
All right,
That's death.
onward and upward. All right, we made it to Hensley Settlement. Somewhere in the mist is Hensley Settlement. You want to go in there?
Here in one piece. I'm going either way.
Into the mist? Unfortunately, due to the strong winds, good audio was impossible to capture and you could barely hear anything. The visibility was so low up here that we decided the safest option would be to return back to our vehicles and head down instead of getting lost up here. We were not about to fall victim to whatever haunted force waited for us at Hensley Settlement. Hensley Extreme, 2 thumbs up. Easily my favorite trail of the Kentucky Adventure Tour so far. It is one way up and one way down. Coming down is a whole lot easier than going up. When we got to the top, unfortunately, we were just overtaken by weather. We had zero visibility. It's like we were sitting in a cloud and we were getting absolutely dusted by the fog. So we couldn't explore Hensley Settlement, unfortunately. But there's a lot of videos on YouTube out there. But we did conquer Hensley Extreme, and like I said, easily one of my favorite trails so far, and definitely my favorite trail of the Kentucky Adventure Tour. I hate mud, and this didn't have a lot of it. The scenery when we got up top and the visibility got low, it just completely changed the vibes. Gave it a really spooky, mystique feel to it. But we made it back down safely, and we're going to head to camp now, and wherever camp is, we're going to keep on driving, air up our tires, and hit the road. Alright, once again, good morning everybody. We are on day 3 of returning to the Kentucky Adventure Tour to complete the second half, main 3 and main 4. Yesterday we completed Hensley Extreme. We unfortunately didn't get to explore the Hensley settlement due to the inclement weather up top. Visibility was 0, so we pressed on through the night, and we did a little off-roading after nightfall. Very eerie, very creepy, but definitely enjoyed the vibes. We found this campsite not really ideal. As you can see, it's super muddy around here. So we set up over there. Got a nice lake over here off in the distance. I'm not very comfortable, but we're going to get an early start to the morning. It's just past 7. Evan lost his wallet, and so we're trying to relocate that at the moment. But once we get that taken care of, we're going to hit the trails and get an early start to the day. So let's get to it. Man, just go around.
I didn't say I was worried.
Huffing and puffing. Oh god. A puddle.
And with that, Main 3 was completed, concluding this video series on the Kentucky Adventure Tour. Now you might be asking yourself, well, what about Main 4, Colin? Are you not going to create a video documenting that? To which I would say, no, I won't be. And let me tell you a little bit about Main 4 and why exactly that is. First and foremost, Main 4 felt like 80% blacktop and only 20% trail/dirt road. There were no listed places to camp on Main 4 on the K.A.T files, nor did we find any locations that would have been viable options for primitive dispersed camping, and I don't even recall seeing any campgrounds, although I'm sure there would have been some in the area. We came up to Hard 9, the only optional hard trail of Main 4, and that was gated off. No big deal, so we pressed forward. The next dirt road we came to a few hours later was pretty cool. Wide trail, saw some wild horses, bunch of puddles, but that was really it. Onward we go. Next dirt road we got to turned into a trail. Fantastic. Halfway through that trail, we found it completely blocked off by fallen trees and massive boulders that could have only been moved by earth movers. So we turned around there and had to find another way to reconnect us back onto the K.A.T. Next trail we got to was more of a rougher dirt road, but when we got halfway into that, it was also gated off. And from there on, the rest was more blacktop. So unfortunately, there was no grand finish to the K.A.T, and we were left somewhat disappointed by Main 4. If I were to have done it all over again, I would have probably omitted Main 4 altogether. Though I'm sure they're in the process of reworking Main 4 to improve it and maybe reroute it elsewhere. Nonetheless, the Kentucky Adventure Tour was an absolutely fantastic experience. It had wild off-road trails, great camping, gorgeous scenery. It was just a fantastic experience all around. And the Kentucky Adventure Tour is a true example of what the East Coast has to offer when it comes to off-roading and overlanding. If you guys enjoyed this video series and enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and subscribe to my channel for future content. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of this journey with me. And as always, have fun, be safe, tread lightly, and I will see you guys on the next adventure.